Hi everyone, my name's Matt. Welcome to the School Doggery YouTube channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today we're going to be doing one of our reel reviews. Over on Instagram and TikTok, we post reels and videos of all the different things that we get up to with Freddie, from daily routines to daily training that we do with him. Here is where we break down these videos and show you the training that goes into it and talk you through why we do what we do, what we've done, the order that we've done it in order to raise a very, very happy boy. So today we're going to be going through another one of our TikTok videos, and today we're talking about socialising to a vacuum cleaner. So before we dive into it, let's give it a watch. So there we go, that was today's reel, and now we're going to break it down. So when it comes to using a vacuum cleaner with a dog, it is one of the most common problems that dogs can't handle being in the room when the vacuum cleaner is on. People have to put them in another room, people have to do it when the dog is out. There are so many strategies that people develop to avoid the confrontation between the dog and the hoover, that epic battle that's gone on ever since hoovers were invented. But as you can see from the reel that we've done, there are ways that we can mitigate this and even train our dog to maybe not like the hoover, but they can certainly tolerate it. If we can get them to a point where we can tolerate the hoover, then that means that it's one less thing we have to worry about. One more thing that you know your dog can do well. What is socialisation? Why do we use that term? Socialisation is desensitizing your dog to all the different stimulus that are out there in the world. It doesn't just apply to things that are in the home, it can apply to anything and everything, and is ideally something that should be done from the moment you get your dog. The more things we can expose them to, the more they're going to be confident and happy and able to deal with things. This is going to make our lives so much easier. Without proper socialisation, we don't know how our dogs are going to react in any circumstance. Yes, they might be okay with one thing, but a completely different trigger could set them off. The more we can do, the more we can socialise, the less likely they are going to get upset and cause a scene or cause a problem when exposed to something new. So if we can do this in the home and master our home life with them, this extends all the way out into the real world as well. And that's why socialisation is important. So the first thing that you can see me doing in the video, which is helping Freddie come to terms with the hoover, is by feeding him some treats from it. If you can get some treats and some food, put them around the object, in this case the hoover, and have the dog eat from them, it starts to associate in their mind that not everything bad happens when this thing gets turned on. It's not bad all the time because I was able to eat from it and nothing bad happened. Similarly, the act of eating and chewing and licking calms a dog. So it can be really good if we can get them to eat something even just close to the hoover. Even if you can't get them to eat treats right from it straight away, just being able to do something nearby is a great start. Then over time, we can reduce that distance until they're right next to it and then eating from it. So the next part that we're going to look at is here, when Freddie stands up as I've started the hoover. Now, part of operant conditioning is ignoring the bad behaviour and rewarding and praising the good. It is a bit more complicated than that, but for now, that's the basics that we need to know. So when he stands up and shows a change in behaviour, I completely ignore it. If I was to turn to him or make any noise towards him at any point, he would see that as oh, maybe he likes it when I do this, so maybe I should do it more. So by ignoring him when he stands up, I don't give him any response at all. I don't give him any satisfaction. There's no gratification from him doing that action. Now, a little bit further on, I do give him some praise while he is standing up. I would have preferred him to be in a sit and stay, or even better, still lying on the floor. But the fact that he was being calm and he was just stood there observing, that's okay too. That's not the worst behaviour that a dog could exhibit around a vacuum cleaner. So any good behaviour like that, even if it's just stood there calmly, that can be rewarded as it starts to build up the associations in their mind with, if I don't do anything, they like it, and I like helping them, I like pleasing them, so I'm going to do that more. The worst thing that I could have done to him in that situation was when he stood up going, oh, it's okay, it's just the hoover, it's just the hoover. That's going to start pandering to him, and pandering to a dog is one of the worst things that you can do. Dogs don't understand emotions quite like we do. They are brilliantly intuitive and so clever at recognising some things. But when we start pandering to a dog and thinking that we're trying to calm them, all we're actually doing is reinforcing the behaviour that caused us to start doing that in the first place. So if he'd have stood up and I'd have gone, oh, it's okay, don't worry, that would have just agitated him more. That would have got his adrenaline levels up, and that wouldn't help us to keep him calm. So by not pandering to him and by not going, oh, it's okay, and getting all high-pitched and everything, we're actually modelling the behaviour that we want from him, which is calm and just, no, I'm just accepting this. There's no need to make a fuss. There's no need to get wound up or anything. We're just going to carry on. We're just going to keep calm, and that's how we're going to do this, mate. So in this next section, you can see me several times getting him to sit down on his basket. This is because I'm trying to lead him. It's not because I want him to sit there and suffer through it. It's I'm telling him this is the behaviour that I want from you. If I don't tell him what I expect from him, how can he know? How can he be expected to try and get it right if he doesn't know what we're after? So by saying to him, hey, sit there, sit calmly, and I'm going to keep going, that's what I expect from you. That's the behaviour that we're looking for. That's the behaviour that I've told him. And I know that he knows what that means. So it's not beyond expectation for me to ask that of him, for me to say, just sit there, buddy. All I need you to do is sit still. Don't move, don't do anything, just sit still, keep yourself to yourself, and this will all go a heck of a lot quicker. Now, with a lot of videos like this, people often promise, this is the one trick you're going to need. This is the way that you're going to unlock this. I'm not here to do that. It is a long process. It's something that you're going to need to do every single time and put the work in if you want to have an easy life with your dog. And I promise it can happen. Any dog, no matter how old, what breed, what sex, anything, it does not matter. Any dog can be socialised to the hoover. They can coexist with them. Like I said, we're not asking them to be best of friends with the hoover. That's not what I want at all. What we're asking them is to tolerate it just for the 5 minutes that it's around, to just let us get on with their day. If you can get them to tolerate the hoover, you can turn what can be a whole hour's palaver into a 5-minute job. Get on with your day and concentrate on the more important things, because you've got better things to be doing than worrying about how your dog is going to react to the hoover. So there we go. We're going to keep it short and simple for this one. All I want you to take away from it is that socialisation is something that should start as soon as you get your puppy and never stops. There's always more things that we can socialise to, and hopefully using some of the techniques that we've outlined in this video, you'll be able to get your dog used to so many more things and be able to take on the world together. Thanks very much for stopping by. Hopefully we'll see you here again soon.